Things are not okay. These are your signals. Things are not okay. The depression is a response. It's not the problem. The problem is something that you're ignoring. The way you are feeling inside is real. It's not something fake that needs to be medicated. It is something real that needs to be addressed, looked at, felt, helped, hugged, anything. You think one thing, you feel another thing, you tell yourself everything should be fine, but you don't feel fine. You're not fine. Nothing's fine. But you're like, I should be fine. I should be fine. Everything's fine. You know, suppress, suppress, detach, detach. But you're not fine. Things are not okay. And your body is trying to signal you by saying, hey, you're not fine. You need to look at this. You need to address this. You need to deal with this. I am not going to send you serotonin. I'm not going to produce dopamine. You need to pay attention to me. Hello? Things are not okay. These are your signals. Things are not okay. The depression is a response. It's not the problem. The problem is something that you're ignoring. The problem is something that you're not looking at. You're failing to see. You're failing to embrace it, to see it, to feel it, to deal with it, to even recognize that it's there. Maybe you lost someone close to you. Maybe you're working a job you freaking hate. Maybe your friend circle is just not where it needs to be. It's not serving you. Maybe your life, maybe your whole life is no longer serving you. It is not doing its job. It is not good. And you feel depressed. The depression is not the problem. Your life, the way it is functioning, is the problem. The way you are feeling inside is real. It's not something fake that needs to be medicated. It is something real that needs to be addressed, looked at, felt, helped, hugged, anything. So, backwards land is that you go to the doctor, you tell them you're feeling depressed, and they tell you there's something wrong with you. It's you. It's your chemical imbalance. It's your, oh, maybe it runs in your family. Maybe it's hereditary. Maybe it's, oh, this is one I really like. Oh, when they say it's clinical depression and it can't be helped. The only way it can be managed is with drugs. So then they give you serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which, you know, stop the flow of serotonin and then release a whole bunch at once. And then you end up on this roller coaster of neurotransmitter nonsense that causes your neurotransmitter receptors to die off to try and compensate in between these like ridiculous fluctuations in flow. And then you end up with an imbalance because your receptors are like confused. Your whole mind's like, hey, what's going on? Why are you dumping all this stuff? We gotta let those die off. This is too much. That's not enough. This is too much. It's not enough. And then next thing you know, you're all cattywampus in the brain because you've been taking SSRIs. So backwards land tells you that you are the problem and you need to be medicated. So beware. Depression can be helped because you can be helped. Your life can be helped. You are not the problem. You are not a problem. It's a sign that there is bigger issues at hand that can be helped. You can be helped. Yes, there are metabolic dysfunctions and metabolic imbalances that can happen, but everything stems from inside you. If you are eating a whole bunch of processed foods and a whole bunch of processed sugars and you're just dousing your body in heavy chemicals, that also feeds into highs and lows, and you can end up feeling depressed from that. But once again, the depression is a symptom, a sign, a message from your body saying, hey, things aren't going well. This isn't going right. This is your signal to take a look at your lifestyle, to be like, hey, maybe you haven't done any exercise or done any kind of physical activity, because as we all know, physical activity is the best way to produce neurotransmitters because it naturally does that. It just, you get up and do something physical, boom, neurotransmitters, woohoo. So again, it's still a signal. You could be eating the wrong foods. working the wrong job, hanging out with the wrong people. Well, I shouldn't say wrong. You could be eating food that isn't serving you, hanging out with people that aren't serving you, working a job that is hurting you. All these types of things. Take a look at your life and take a look at your lifestyle. It's all kinds of things that you can't just ignore and go, well, no, you're just there's something wrong with your brain, so we'll just give you some pills. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm thinking backwards land. You know how when some people get an organ transplant, like a liver transplant or a kidney transplant, and then doctors prescribe immune suppressing drugs so that your body does not try to break down and remove the foreign object, which is the life-saving organ that they've just given you. So if you have one of those organs in your body, you need to take immune suppressing drugs so that your body does not attack it, because naturally your body will try to break down and remove any foreign material. So I've spoken with a lot of people that have autoimmune disease where their body is seemingly attacking itself. Here's one of the tricky things. When I hear people say, no, I have to take a lot of vaccines because I have an autoimmune disease. But what if inside those, needle drugs is actually foreign matter from other people, animals, and plants and other things? What if all that foreign matter that is being injected into your bloodstream is the thing that your body is trying to break down and remove? And because those, government issued needle drugs were injected right at birth or injected into your mother while she was pregnant with you, they have become part of your body. They are in your body, and your body is still trying to rid it. And all the symptoms you're feeling of this autoimmune attack is actually your body trying to rid yourself of all this foreign matter that is in your blood, that is making up your body. It's making up your cells. Because you keep injecting yourself with all of you're not doing it yourself, but you keep being injected with all of this foreign matter that is needing to be removed. And so you get the symptoms of crazy rashes, insane amounts of allergies to different foods, because again, all of those substances that are in the injections mixed with aluminum and various other antagonistic substances to cause an immune reaction, what you are doing is just causing an immune response against all of the different foreign matters and materials that are being injected into the body. So they tell you that you need more injections so that you don't get sick because you have a low immune response. But the fact is you have a low immune response because your body has been fighting for its life since day one. Because you keep injecting these foreign bodies into your bloodstream. You keep injecting like kidney cells from fetuses and from animals into your body. And that is what your body is fighting. It's always fighting. And if you're always fighting, it makes it so hard to fight something else. It's like if somebody's always like coming at you, but you're too busy, fighting off another person comes up behind you and starts attacking you, you're going to have a hard time fending off both. And that's like autoimmune disease. You are always under attack from this crap that's in your system. So when another like illness comes around, like if you have bacteria or something, get bacterial infection, you're going to have a hard time fighting that because all your little soldiers are so busy. Your body is so strained and inflamed and exhausted from always being in that mode of trying to fight things off, trying to break down foreign material and rid your body of it. Your body is smart. Your body knows what's up. The problem is we're living in backwards land, feeding ourselves bullshit about what we think is right and good and healthy. And I'll tell you right now, all the information, all the studies, it's out. It's whether you choose to look at it, read it, or listen. That's up to you. When it comes to the government issued these things, that's a stupid, that's, that's about the, yeah, well, you get the idea of what this is. Those things, and they go, you put the stuff into your body, they're full of toxins. And if you're pumping your bloodstream full of toxins, you are always trying to rid yourself of that. You will be in a state of inflammation. You will always be fighting something. So it's that slippery slope of like, oh no, if I don't, and then you tell yourself, if I don't take these, I will get sick. But that's the mental aspect at work. If you constantly tell yourself, I have no immune response, I will get sick. If I don't take these, I'll get sick, I'll get sick, I'll get sick. You're right. You are lowering your immune response just by thinking that way. But if you step into telling yourself you are well, you will immediately raise your immune response. Coming into heart-brain coherence raises your immune response. Laughter raises your immune response. Eating whole foods, not sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, raises your immune response. Having whole food vitamin C raises your immune response. Just feeling happy, watching funny things, watching funny movies, all raises your immune response. Having physical connection to other wonderful people raises your immune response. Even human contact with total strangers, just smiling at a total stranger raises your immune response. There are a million things you can do to raise your immune function. Feeling scared, threatened, injecting toxic overload into your bloodstream, eating toxic foods, processed foods, fruits and vegetables and grains heavily sprayed with glyphosate. All of these things do not help because it adds to the toxic load that your body is trying to always rid. Stop living in backwards land and realize that you are in fact a lot healthier than you have been led to believe. The answer is not always in the pharmaceutical drugs. 99% of the time it's not. They've been overused, overprescribed, and abused. Certain hospital settings, it is necessary, but you can avoid those hospital settings big time just by looking after yourself and believing in yourself, being healthy, being smart, being kind, being love. It goes a long way. Now, I'm not telling anybody, I just want to make sure that this is not received as medical advice. If you have had an organ transplant, yes, you have to take your immune suppressing drugs so that your body does not attack your organ. Let's make that very clear, okay? But if you are wanting to be healthy and raise healthy children, stick to the main things of trusting yourself, teaching how to be healthy and happy and be loving, and avoid as many toxic chemicals as possible in your food, in your drugs, and in your water. That is the best way to go about things. This is not medical advice. This is human advice to make sure that you are the strongest, healthiest version of yourself that you can be. Avoid the toxins in the water. I'm talking about city water that is filled with fluoride and chlorine and like fluoride treatments and stuff like that. They're toxic. They don't help. I know there's a lot of studies trying to prove that it does, but I've never had a filling in my life. I've stopped going to, again, this is not medical advice. I stopped seeing a dentist after I got my braces off when I was 21, and I have never been back because I brush well, I floss well, and I eat good, healthy foods, and I take care of my gut health. I'm not saying you can never go to a dentist. I'm sure there are wonderful holistic dentists out there. I know there are. And we've all realized that the gum that everybody's been sold for the last few decades of like Trident and Dentine and all these things that are just like sugar-laden or aspartame-laden garbage is actually a fake ripoff of what gum used to be, and now there's a bunch of awesome companies making real gum that is truly actually helping people's teeth rebuild and nourish them. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. You can be healthy. You can. Don't be sold this lie that you are so fragile, imperfect, all starts up here and in here. So, then I will see you on the next video.